Behind Closed Doors is a series produced by Somerset Community TV, the Skowhegan Women's Club, and the Family Violence Project. This program aims to create a dialogue around domestic violence with the help of special guests and local health professionals. We discuss the many ways our community is affected by this issue and the resources available to help curb and reduce it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Burnham. I'm president of the local GFWC Maine Skowhegan Women's Club. And I'd like to introduce the people who are going to bring you some information about domestic violence. On my left,
hello, I'm Michelle LeClaire with the Family Violence Project. We serve Kennebec and Somerset counties. We have lots of services to support survivors of domestic violence, as well as classes to help people who are using abuse in their relationships.
Hi, my name is Bill Permaman. I'm a community health educator for Somerset Public Health. We serve Somerset County doing public health education.
Hi, my name is Sue Mackey Andrews, and I'm representing the Maine Resilience Building Network, and we're a statewide network serving all 16 counties, promoting understanding and adverse childhood experiences and the promotion of resilience.
welcome everyone. What has been happening over the last 5 months is that the Skowhegan Women's Club in the summer during our planning meetings started to talk about domestic violence because it has hit our group in multiple ways. So we thought, okay, how could we bring this better and more information to the public? We know it's a broad topic and it has many sub-pieces. So we were lucky enough to contact Channel 11, and they said that they would be willing to help us offer a 6-month series, splitting up the topic of domestic violence into 6 areas. Next, on October the 10th, a couple Women's Club members went to the local Colburn Park, and we participated as the public with the domestic violence vigil that they have annually now at Colburn Park in Skowhegan. We were very touched and moved, and after that poignant vigil, we moved with the other attendees up to the municipal building, and there we listened and saw a skit put on by Bill Perman's group, the Resiliency and Action Interactive Improv Theater. After that skit, they had the audience interact with questions, and then Michelle came on board with information from the Family Violence Project. And before we left, we got their emails, their phone numbers, and the other member who attended with me, we knew we had the format of what we needed to be able to bring information to the public on the area of domestic violence. After the contacts were again made to Bill and to Michelle, the 4 of us got together a couple of times, phone conversations, clarification with Channel 11, how this would work, could it work, and how. After all these phone calls, meetings, emails, we're ready. We're ready to share with you information about this situation that affects all of us. It's not just it's not just their problem out there. It's our local communities, and we know that full well. So we wanted to take action, to do something with these fine people who already have in place an improv skit group that can act out vignettes with the knowledge that Michelle brings to the table with her job of helping folks that are dealing with the family violence situation. We knew we had what it would take to bring something forward to you folks. So, as I told you, it's going to be in a 6-part series. So today starts the beginning, intro, and then from then on, John and the Channel 11 staff will help share with you what will happen. Teen dating comes up in February, and the list goes on until we'll come back at the end in June and talk about elder abuse. Sadly, we have to keep discussing these issues because it is in our communities, in our homes. So that's my piece. Just wanted to give you an intro that the GFWC Women's Club in Skowhegan is sponsoring and did some of the groundwork to try to make this happen today. So from that, I will leave and turn it over to Bill Primerman, who will help you understand the Resiliency in Action Improv Group.
Welcome to Resiliency in Action Interactive Improvisational Theater. We are a 10-member troupe presenting relatable public health issues and connecting those public health issues to adverse childhood and adult experiences and the importance of a resilient person and a resilient community and helping to work through those adverse experiences in a healthy way. I'd like to thank Marty Stevens, former Adult Education Director of Skowhegan. Marty, in 1985, started using interactive improvisational theater to educate people about illiteracy. Thanks to her bringing improv theater to Somerset County and the work of the Marty Stevens Interactive Improvisational Theater troupe, who still is carrying on Marty's work today, we have been able to be trained by that troupe to bring improvisational theater back here to Somerset County, and we're very blessed to be able to do that. I'd like to thank the Bingham Foundation, who has seen this as an important piece of public health education and have helped to fund us to get started. I'd like to thank the Maine Resiliency Network for their support in this work. I'd like to thank the Family Violence Project for assisting us in developing vignettes and to help us to bring this education about a very important issue forward. And the Skowhegan's Women's Club for making this a broader piece of education to our whole community. Thank you, Channel 11. And with that, I'd like to introduce to you our actors for today's vignette. The vignette is about 3 minutes in length. It helps to present a public health issue in which they stay in character and people can ask them questions to gain more insight into that public health issue. Our characters today are Beverly Martin. Beverly is an adult education tutor working to help her student achieve her GED. She's very happy about the progress that her student is making. Crystal Jones. Crystal has a husband, Joey, and 2 school-aged children. She's been working very hard on her GED. She keeps a very clean house and has been working to make something of herself through getting that GED. The name of this vignette is He Needs Me.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Beverly.
I'm looking forward to get to work today. You're almost done with your GED. You've worked so hard, and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I brought you some more books, so that should help you along with the last bit that you've got to get done.
Well,
So,
actually, I needed to tell you something today. I think that I'm going to put this on hold for now.
really?
Yeah, things have just been really busy, and I'm under a lot of stress, so I just needed to make a decision, and I think that this piece I need to stop on this piece right now.
So, is this time of the day bad for you? I mean, we can change it. I can rearrange my schedule. You're almost done.
No, it's not that. It's just that it's just not a good time for me, and I feel like this is something I can pick up in a year or so. Joe's under a lot of stress. I'm under a lot of stress, and I need to focus on the kids and my family right now. So, yeah, I'm really sorry.
There's something different about you today. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just
It looks like you're shaking. And do you have something on your face here, under your hair?
it's nothing. It's just a silly accident. Nothing at all.
What was the accident? It's really big and it's near your eye.
Yeah, it was stupid. I hit something and
It looks like a handprint. What's going on? I'm worried about you. You look really nervous. You've got a handprint on your face. Who hit you? Did someone hit you?
Joe and we got into an argument last night when he got home. I just started nagging at him, and it was a bad day for him, and it just really got out of control.
Has he been doing this? I mean, we all have stress in our lives, but you don't deserve to be hit.
I know that, but I mean, I can handle it. It's, you know, Joe has some troubles, but I can handle it.
Have you talked to anybody about this? Or have some
No.
support for this? I'm really worried. I'm scared for you. You might have to get out of here and keep your kids
No.
safe.
No, I just could never do that. This is my home. This is my family. I don't even know where I'd go. I don't know what I would do.
Well, we just had a training, and they gave us a list of different, help things in the community and resources. And one of them on here was called the Family Violence Project. I'm going to write down that number. It's a helpline. You could call. You might need to leave.
I don't know. I don't really want to call. I don't know what will happen. I don't want to leave. This is my home, and
The thing is, though, you're not safe. You're being hit. And what about your children?
I know it looks bad, but Joe would never hurt the children, and you know, I can handle this. I love Joe, and he needs me.
Crystal, what do you need right now?
I think what I need is for this just to stop, for it to go away, and for things to just be okay. I don't really know what to do.
Take some other questions from audience members. Has anybody got a question? Yes.
Are you worried about the violence escalating if you try to leave or even if you report?
I can't even imagine what it would be like to leave my family and my home. I don't know where I'd go. I don't have anyone that I could stay with, and I worry that people may not believe me, and I don't want to take the kids' dad away from them.
Do you have any other questions?
And when your husband goes into these rages and does strike you, does he have a gun?
He has a hunting rifle that he keeps locked up. I
Has
don't
he
think I've
ever taken it out and threatened you with it?
No. No.
And he doesn't threaten the children?
No, he's a great dad. He would never hurt the kids.
Did you ever think that he would hurt you?
No. Actually, I didn't.
Crystal, I am so sorry this is happening to you right now. What can we do to help you today, right now?
I wish Joe would get some help so he could control his temper. This isn't him. He's really a good person.
Do you think if you left that he would come looking for you?
I don't even know what would happen if I left. It's not something I can think about right now.
Beverly, what are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really helpless. I want to be able to help Crystal. I think I scared her more than anything, and I really didn't mean to do that. I just wanted you to know that I'm here for support for you. It must be scary to think about leaving, but it makes it really frightening to me to see a handprint on your face. And I guess I need more training or more understanding of what to do as a tutor going in and working with people, because I guess I never know what I'm going to find or what kind of situation the person I'm tutoring might be in, so that I can be helpful and not make it harder for you. because I do want to see you get your GED, but I want to see you safe too.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Crystal. I'd like you to meet our actors today.
Debbie Perman from Cornville.
And I'm Wanda Lebrecht from Palmyra.
Thank you so much. I'm going to turn this over to Sue Mackey Andrews from the Maine Resiliency Network to talk a little bit about adverse experiences and resilience.
Thanks, Bill. We know from the science about adverse childhood experiences in Maine that they affect a considerable amount of our population. About 2/3 of us in Maine are affected in some way by experiences that we had when we were growing up, living in a home with domestic violence, or living in poverty, or living, experiencing child abuse and neglect. A number of very negative experiences. And if these experiences go unattended, unresolved, they can lead to lifelong chronic illnesses like diabetes and heart issues, etc. But they also can reveal themselves in people's difficulty in being successful in school, in work, in life, forming positive personal relationships, etc. So really, helping to talk about adverse childhood experiences as an everyday experience is an important part of all of our responsibility, because this is a community issue, not just, as was said earlier, out there with other people. We talk a lot about the promotion of resilience, and resilience is important. Resilience is our ability to bounce back from hard times, bounce back from failure, or bounce back from things that we didn't do as well as we wanted to do the first time. Resilience is not a gene that we're born with. We cultivate resilience through our lived experiences and primarily through the relationships in our lives. The science tells us that one caring adult can change our trajectory, despite how many ACEs we've experienced in our lifetime. One caring adult can turn that around. And we do that through relationships. We do that through teaching our children and supporting one another to get through hard times. Communities who are resilient can respond to their neighbors in crisis with support, love, and caring and understanding, even if we haven't been through these experiences ourselves. The question that we can always answer, I'm here, what can I do to help you? To ask and to be able to have that question answered is really, really important. So I commend the Women's Club for being able to take this lead and talking openly about adverse childhood experiences and the role that we all have in communities to surround everybody with understanding, non-judgmental conversation, caring, and resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Thanks to those that were at panel asking questions. Thank you very much. And now let's return to Michelle LeClaire of the Family Violence Program, to Deb and our panel.
Hello, thank you so much for having us back. Again, I'm Michelle LeClaire with Family Violence Project, and I'm going to lead a discussion about what we just saw in the vignette, and then also about our services and a little bit more about domestic violence for you all. So what did we see in that vignette? Like, what were some thoughts or some feelings that came up for you all?
I think we saw how Crystal, right, the student, was very unwilling, didn't know what to do at that point. Her tutor was trying to help her, but she didn't quite know how, she didn't want to push it.
Right. And it seemed like Crystal was scared too,
Sure.
right? At
Right.
the thought of
Nervous,
leaving.
shaky. Mhm.
Like at the thought of, the tutor brought up leaving and she was like, wait a second, like that, that's really scary.
Well, I think for anybody involved in domestic violence, leaving home is a very scary thought. Where will I go?
Right.
Will I be okay? But there's also a great deal of shame and stigma that people experience when they're going through experiences like this. They don't want anyone to know. It takes an incredible amount of fortitude, as Crystal did, to speak up. and tell the truth, and then to be able to listen with some ideas and suggestions.
And you bring up a couple things without being scared to bring it up, the shame that people feel. It is hard because as a society we put that burden on women or anyone being abused by saying, oh, well, why don't you just leave? You know, what are you doing to make them feel this way? Or, you know, any news story that comes out, you know, with famous people who are being abused, everyone blames them for staying. So
Yes.
there is a lot of negative bias put on victims of domestic violence who are already experiencing so much at home.
That's right.
And Beverly didn't really know how to respond, and she had some fear herself as to wanting to help but not knowing what to do.
Right. And so that's a big part of why we're here too, because we do want to talk about this. You know, Beverly's go-to is you need to leave. And something I want to talk about today is why that isn't always an option and not always the best place to go when you're trying to support someone who's experiencing violence in their home.